Right.
But the first time I voted was '08. So it was my first year in college, and that was when Barack Obama was running. And it was really magical, honestly, because it was just like, you gotta think it was my first time going to a new place from New York, and then coming to college, which is also a new place, and then just feeling the energy at a HBCU, and a black candidate was going against and running in a presidential race. And I think that the energy and everything about the steps in October to November was amazing. I felt like it was such a great time. And then even after, when we all was just in the student center at different schools like Clark, Morehouse, and Spelman, it was just cool just when he got announced to be the president. It was just, the energy was crazy. We was running back and forth to different campuses. Young Jeezy pulled up in a Lambo blasting "My President is Black." So it was crazy, I think. You know what I'm saying? That was just pretty much my experience. It was legendary, I think. I think voting is extremely important. I think that anytime that you get a chance to give your perspective or your point of view, and you have representation for it, I think that it's always a plus. Like if I don't agree with certain values that other people don't agree with, then I should vocalize it. And if the way that you can vocalize it is actually coming together in groups and voting towards the person that could kind of speak to your same values, then why not? Growing up, from what I remember, it wasn't really important as far as my elementary and middle school years. I think when I got into high school, that's when it kind of became a little bit more important, and just going into history classes and just kind of understanding the government and just how everything works. But when I was a child, it wasn't really like, oh, vote. During my time voting, I definitely experienced voter suppression from these past primaries. So I was at one voting booth, but they had the same voting location, pretty much 2 in 1. So it was kind of confusing. So one was at a church, and then the other one was at a school, which they moved it. So some people were staying on line for the church, and some people were staying on line for the school. And it was just super confusing because I waited probably like an hour and a half on one line to get to the front for them to tell me, like, no, you were supposed to go over to the other line. So it was kind of confusing, and I could understand why people would kind of be a little bit discouraged about voting. So the changes that I would like to see in Atlanta is I would definitely like for them to fix the roads, because it's really horrible. And I think that we should I think Atlanta should kind of cultivate the creative community a little bit more, because I feel like there's a lot of creatives that come out of Atlanta, but as soon as they get to the point where it's like they're that creative, they have to move to LA or Atlanta, or New York. So I just think that just having a hub where, Cam Kirk does a really good job at doing that, but I think we need more of that, or empowering Cam a little bit more. And across the country, I would just like to see like fairness and equality just for minorities, black people, and that's just what it is. Make sure you vote.